Say hi, Addison.
Hi,
Hi, Corinne. Hi, Zoe. Okay. Now we can just go back to normal class. All right. So on Friday we learned the AC method. So we're going to do these examples. I'll write your name down for a sticker as we go. So the first one, AC. This is your A and this is your C. Can someone tell me the product of A and C? Go ahead, Matteo. 10. So everyone put a 10 here, and then we went here and here, and I'll put Maddie there. So basically, we want to think of two numbers that when we multiply, it gives us negative 11. For the sum. Two numbers that multiply to be 10, but the sum is negative 11. What do you think, Max?
Negative 10, negative 1.
Negative 10 times negative 1 is positive 10, and the sum is negative 11. Does anyone remember how to rewrite this with the 2x squared, but then how do you write this part, Felicia?
2x squared minus 10x
minus 10x, and then minus 1x plus 5. So again, for Zoe and Addison and Corinne, we're just breaking up the negative 11x into these two similar. This and this adds up to that. So then we went like this, and we factored out from each binomial a couple things. So can anyone see what to factor out from the first binomial? What do you think, Max, again?
2x.
Yeah, so we can factor out a 2x, so we're left with x minus 2. No, minus 5. Yeah. And then right now, what can we factor out from here? Go ahead, Haley. Yeah, let's factor out a negative 1. So then you're left with x minus 5. So you always, when you do this AC method, you want these two binomials to be the same. And then if I did it in green, this is basically makes up the other binomial because you're kind of like factoring that out, if you will. So raise your hand. What would the final answer be? Go ahead. Who's that in the back? Noah.
2x minus 1 or x minus 5.
Yep, 2x minus 1 and then x minus 5. And then just to prove to you that this works, the inners would be negative x, the outers would be negative 10x. So that would give me the negative 11x. And then the first and the last would work too. So number 5, why don't you, I'll keep the video rolling, I guess. You're just going to have an awkward pause for a while the rest of the class works on number 5. Try number 5 on your own. Ready, set, go. You can talk quietly if you want. Negative. Should you get the AC to be negative 15? Yeah. Oh, right. Does anyone else not have a copy of this? No, just you. Okay. This might take a little while to pick up on it then. So far, that's what I got for the little chart on the right for the AC method. No, it doesn't matter where you put the 5. It all works out in the same. I'll put my 5 first if it want. I'll do plus 5n minus 3 like that. Minus 3n minus 3. Keep going. All right, I'll give you 2 stickers. Does anyone have the answer? Anyone have it? Annabelle? Anyone else get that? N plus 1 and 5n minus 3. So again, I factored out, so I made the middle term into 5n and negative 3n, and then I factored out a 5n from this one and negative 3 from this one, and it worked out like this. So example 6, I left it because I want to do it with you guys, and then I'll let you guys do the back. So technically, like, we have to get in the habit of factoring out a negative 1 to begin with. Because, like, so can everyone put a negative 1 on the outside? And then what do you think the inside? So Annabelle, I owe you 2 stickers. So what do you think if I factor out a negative 1, what would that make the inside? I did not do this on Friday, so I want to slow this part down. Haley? Minus 3. So now you do the AC method. So I'll just do this part for you. So your AC is going to be negative 12. Does anyone see what times what is negative 12 but adds up to negative 4? Jack? Is it 6? And wait, yeah, negative 6. Yeah, we want this to be negative and this to be positive 2. And then that's out. Wait, hold on, let me see.
It's because
I factored out the negative 1. So that's why it comes out a little different. It comes out more, it's more important for when we actually factor and solve, but for right now, so I factored out the negative 1, so that's why mine's different. What's that? Well, I think there's a mathematical reason, and I think it's because it makes it a little bit easier to deal with the positive here. And it also makes, there's something when you factor and solve. Remember when you factor and solve, you make it equal to 0? Yeah, so then I'll show the answer at the end will just have like a negative in front of it like that. So I want to try to get in that habit, but if you don't, it's not wrong. So then this comes out to negative 4. So now I go negative 1 parentheses 4x squared. Oh wait, I got to factor out. So anyone see from, wait, what I didn't, hold on, my bad. 4x squared, yeah, there we go, minus 4, no, minus 6x, minus 6x plus 2x minus 3, right? And then I'm going to factor out from this first term, so anyone see what I can factor out from the 4x squared? What do you think, Alyssa? Yeah, so I'm going to take out a 2x, and then it'll be 2x minus 3. And then what can I factor out from there? Go back to Mackenzie. Yeah, I can just factor out a plus 1. So then I get 2x minus 3. I feel like my parentheses are too many parentheses. But at the end, you get negative 1, or you just negative 1. And then what are my 2 binomials? Does anyone see it? What's that? You could have. I'll have to go back. There's a reason we factor out this negative 1. I'll have to look why. But Jade, what'd you get? 2x plus 1. 2x minus 3. Yeah, if you do it the other way, it's going to look different because I have the negative on the outside. So, yeah, then if you put, yeah, so whatever you got, I bet you I could make either this negative 2x minus 1, or maybe you wrote negative 2x plus 3, depending on which one you did. There's a reason. I got to look it up. I forgot why. Well, just I'll find out for you. But for now, can everyone say bye, Zoe? Bye, Addison and Corinne. Okay.